Namaste, my friends. What a joy it is to be here today with you and to talk about discovering Divine Father. And what a more perfect day to do this than this being Father's Day. So let's begin by just taking a moment in our own inner way of sending a special blessing of gratitude to all the fathers and father figures and images in our lives who have truly inspired us and encouraged us with their loving guidance. And appreciate this moment in gratitude. Paramahansa Yogananda once said that a good father is one who instructs their children toward God realization, and that is one of the most important works of a father. This brings to me my memory of my childhood, where my parents, when I think about it, it was really more the father's force of guidance working through my mother, where she would always say every evening when we were preparing to go to bed to brush your teeth and say your prayers before getting into bed. And I know in my time of prayer, I would do the prayer that was taught to me first, and then I'd always have afterwards a little bit of time, conversation time with God, and my imagination of Him somewhere up in the heavens in a cloud. But I'd do all the talking in my own heartfelt words of a child, and He'd listen. And over time, this started to form a real relationship that I enjoyed, that I had this place to go to and express my thoughts and feelings of those years of growing up. And I continued to do this communication as I grew up, and to this day right now, where I still have this time of communing inwardly, and instead of doing so much of the talking now, I try to listen, and listen intently, inwardly, and receive wisdom to guide me from my day's work. In this unfolding process, I began to realize from the purity of my own heart that God was not separate from me, that I was talking with and listening to, but was very much within me and a part of me somehow, that I was able to listen and receive guidance and wisdom to help guide my will and my actions. And this is an ongoing process that I embrace this day, to realize how close God is. It's not only outside somewhere, but very much right within your very being. So close that it's, you could say, this presence, this force, is in between your thoughts, in that space of calm and peace. And this brought me to the words of Paramahansa Yogananda, where he stated, "The kingdom of God is not out there somewhere in the heavens and the clouds, or in some designated point of space. It is right behind the darkness that you perceive with closed eyes. And those who have a dedicated practice of meditation can understand those words of what's right behind the darkness within closed eyes. Because in the practice of meditation, where we be still and quiet the mind, we begin to feel a peace that surpasses all understanding. We begin to experience the feelings of ecstasy and of joy and a connection that draws us closer to something that is so real in our lives. And we begin to open up and listen to the words of wisdom from the Father's presence right within us. And at times, as we go on with our practice, we may even be blessed with seeing the face of God as light, brilliant like the sun. These are the divine qualities of the Father's pure consciousness growing right within us. This divine being has been given many names, and here at Sunburst, we gravitate to and acknowledge a name, an ancient name that has been heard throughout history, and it's I am that I am. Be still and know I am. I am Mother, I am Father, I am that. And that is the space between the dissolution of a thought and the birth of another. It's the space of pure consciousness. And this is available for all of us, for this is our birthright to tap into this source. That is the space that has created the two forces that is running this entire creation, the masculine and the feminine. We can see it in the smallest subatomic particles out into the superclusters of the galaxies, and it exists right within our own body, these two divine forces, Mother and Father, masculine and feminine. And we need to balance these forces. And this is what we do in our meditations, in our time together, where we commune with God as our Mother and as our Father. And in time, as these forces move through us, we can feel the sensation of them through the sensation of our breath. And they will be growing stronger and stronger as we draw the Mother's energy from the base of our spine upward and the Father's energy downward from the crown of our heads, where these forces will merge into our heart and form a divine spiritual embryo. And as we water and nurture this embryo with virtue and service and devotion to God, it will grow. It will grow into higher realms of consciousness within us, where we can sit on the throne within us. And just as Jesus did, where he and thy Father became one, where he said, "I and my Father are one." So these are the divine qualities of a father. And we have these tools of meditation to help us connect with this wonderful presence of God, our Father. And we are all children of this one God, taking on many different forms and many different faces, but all one in the same. We are all one, made in the same image and likeness of our God. Please join me in listening to a short talk by the founder of Sunburst, Norman Paulsen. And he was a father figure in Sunburst and still is. And as you close your eyes and listen to these words, may you feel the living presence and the wisdom conveyed in his words. And after that, we will come back for a short guided meditation together.
We as the human race today stand on the threshold of this quantum leap into a dimension of consciousness we've only dreamed of. A state of consciousness that we begin to experience God, I am that I am, existing in every face we look at. As it grows in us, it's like every face is our own. Every brother, every sister, a reflection of ourselves. We are all one in this divine consciousness. Two entities in time and space, the masculine and the feminine, in evidence before us every day. Man and woman. I am that I am. The true relationship between man and woman is that. Those two divine concepts live in these physical bodies, fully conscious. This is the reason it was all created. And this is the evolution that we're looking ahead into. And we're only seeing the beginning of it. God is love. God is that love that each one of us feels for another, for many. God is that love within us. We all have attributes of the divine. We now need that consciousness, that vision which enables us to see the interior of all created images, to see God in everything. God is the life, the molecules of air that separate each one of our bodies now, the space filled with God. the space between the atoms in our bodies filled with the divine. God is present everywhere. But our self-conscious minds are so busy going after our desires in this world, we don't slow down long enough to look within and around, to meditate on the miracle of our own bodies. Remember that each one of you has the equipment, atomically, molecularly, cellularly, right in your own body, right now, this very moment, to experience, totally experience, cosmic consciousness, divine illumination, oneness with God. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all right within you. The whole creation is right within you. How can you see it? Meditate on it.
So let us prepare ourselves now for a short guided meditation as we sit comfortably still in our seat and relax the body, scan the body to see if there's any places of tension. And as we gently close our eyes, keep them soft, and see if we can place our attention fully at this point, right between the eyebrows, as if we're looking out past that darkness within our eyes. To see if we can pierce into this space and connect with our breath as we open our heart. And as we breathe, let us also listen outwardly to the chant of Om as it begins to go inwardly, and let us hear it vibrating right within our own being, the vibration of Om, the forces of creation singing their song of the universe. let us continue to carry this vibration of meditation into this mantra, Soham. Soham is a reflection of the sound of our own breath. Soham. And in the Hindu terminology, it also is a meaning for I am that. So let us sing together in Namaste.
Soham Shivaham, 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 Soham Shivaham. I am that I am, 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 Shiva Hum.